When God says wait, but your heart says go. This can be so difficult, can it? Because we don't like waiting. We like things now. We like it in our time frame. We want to be able to experience relationships and careers and I see ideas come to life and build businesses and watch investments go through the roof and have friends at a certain time and become a leader in this area or become a helper, all these different things. But God is saying, wait. Your heart is saying, go. I got to do this now. Even if you're dating and being courted or courting the right individual, God is still saying, wait, it's not yet time to marry. There's a reason. You cannot rush what God is willing to do. A day is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is a single day for God. We know that from 2 Peter 3:8. And if we know that God sees all things, he knows where things are headed, he knows what will occur if we choose to go ahead of his timing and the damage that's going to do, God is always speaking with full, complete knowledge. So when he's saying, wait, now's not the time to marry. Now's not the time to pursue yet. Whatever it is, we have to trust that. Because if he's just saying, wait, he's just saying, not yet. So the right thing might be with you. You might be courting or being courted by the right individual, but it's just not yet time to marry. You may want that, but look, you're secure right now. You're secure with the person meant for you. It's just not time yet. Maybe it's a month later. Maybe it's a couple months later, right? God knows. Just trust God. And your heart's going to say, no, I want to do this now. But if you do it now, little do you know that you're going to end up getting pregnant when it wasn't quite yet time with, and financially there's going to be a whole bunch of stressors because you don't even know where you're necessarily going to live. And right, if you would have just waited 2 or 3 more months, God would have had you both potentially elope to be the best thing, or to have a very quick marriage so you can quickly move over to where he is sending you in a different state, maybe in a different country. But instead now you're in the wrong state. You're not even maybe in the right country. You got married because you rushed it. And now you're having a child. And now you're starting to hear God's voice saying, hey, I want you over here. And now you're like, well, we don't have time to move because we now have this, we're pregnant now and we've got to worry about this, and then things become much more difficult. Now the wife can't really help as much because she's pregnant, and then, of course, now you're trying to move, and the man's doing it all by himself, and he's like, oh, now I got to try and find help, and hey, honey, what do you think of this? And she's like, I can't do this right now because I'm tired, and I'm not feeling well. And you're like, but we need to move. We got to do now. And things get way more hectic and stressful. There's more fighting and arguing and all that, and all that could have just been prevented and much easier had you waited. This is just one of the many examples that can happen when we choose to rush into marriage. In this example, of course, right? Because we shouldn't be having sex before marriage. And then obviously there should be no pregnancies before marriage, clearly, because that happens when we have intimacy, right? But even in the dating phase, and even being single and waiting to date, right? Don't allow your heart to dictate next steps, because God says to guard our heart. We don't want our heart to lead us because it's deceitful above all things. God says wait because when he says wait, there's purpose in the waiting. We have to just trust that because we're not God. We don't know what it's like to exist forever. We don't know what it's like to be in an uncreated state. We don't know what it's like to already have the future happening for us and knowing what it is. We don't know what it's like to have full power and control and knowing when to intervene with things and when not. Being able to intervene with things and choosing not to. We don't have that kind of sovereignty, but God does. And we need to really begin to obey God in this, because when I look at my life, the times when I rushed things and just, did things and I wasn't willing to wait, and even during the waiting phase when I did wait, but there were times of complaining and whatnot, it robbed a lot. It stole a lot. And it's just not worth it. Do not allow your heart to say go. Say, you know what? I'm going to take this up with God. And if God's saying wait, God's saying not yet, not now. Not now means not yet, most likely, if there is a pure desire within your heart. And if anyone has been through this, it's me. I still have this to certain degrees, right? There are certain very innovative business ideas that I want to launch out, but it's not time yet. I don't have the connections or the resources and so forth, and I have to wait. I have to wait and focus on other things that God's calling me to. So, trust God. Trust that when He says wait, He's got a plan and purpose within it. Keep growing in Him. Keep doing your part on what He's guiding you to. Keep growing, all of that. And you will be astounded when the time comes for it to actually happen. And you will sit back and say, truly, this was the perfect time.